amazing people the last few days, and I know you all are so passionate about your riders and your horses and your program. And when I was asked to speak here tonight, I gave a lot of thought through what can I say to be the most impactful. And I came up with the idea of hearing about two of my riders. The first one is a young woman who we found through Colby's Army, and both of our riders, I want to say, not only was very excited about the possibility of me sharing their story, they encouraged me to do so because they were hoping that their stories are going to motivate you in whatever goals you have at CHA and your program. Colby's Army has several programs. We have a PATH therapeutic riding program, an equine assisted services program, but we also have an organic garden that feeds a lot of hungry people in Middle Tennessee. And we have a homeless outreach program. Colby's Army is named after my son, Colby. He was the kind of kid who came home without his shirt or his shoes when he was 10, 12, 14 years old because he met somebody who needed them more. Colby also had a lot of mental illnesses. When he was 18, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. He also had depression and anxiety, social anxiety disorder. But TennCare, our state-funded program at the time, thought he was doing well enough that we didn't need TennCare anymore, and they dropped him from the program. And back in 2009, we didn't have health insurance. We couldn't get health insurance. So Colby lost his access to his psychiatrist, his counselor, and his medicines. And so he turned to street drugs, and he died of an overdose when he was 23. And his friends and my friends, shortly after Colby passed, came to me and said, we need to do something to continue the work that Colby had done. Colby was homeless for the last 6 months of his life due to his schizophrenia. He could not be in a building. He felt the walls closing in on him, but I saw him just about every day. And one day I went to visit him, and somebody had given him a backpack. And he was so excited about that backpack and was so thrilled that somebody would think enough to do that for him. So when we started Colby's Army, we started by getting backpacks out to people in homelessness. And this was 2009, early 2010, the first 5 or 6 years, we gave 1,000 backpacks out every year to people here in Tennessee living in homelessness. And we eventually filled the backpacks with street supplies, started referring people to housing navigators and social workers and mental health providers and drug and alcohol counselors. And one of the women that we met, I think in 2013, was this bright young woman who had a very tragic past. She is from southern Tennessee. When she was 15, she went to a friend's house and she was getting raped by a number of her brothers, her friend's brothers' friends. And she had a psychological breakdown. She started jumping trains all throughout the cycle. She was bipolar, turned to alcohol to cope with all of her pain. And we met her out on the streets, I think in 2013, and we started meeting her weekly. And eventually we were able to get her housed. She was housed in December 2020. Shortly after that, because of years of alcohol abuse, her liver kind of revolted on her, and she had to go in for major bile duct surgery, and she was in the hospital for 27 days. And when she came out, she was just really at loose ends. She was in a new apartment, she didn't know what to do. She hadn't been living in a house for, the last 10 or 15 years. So we asked her if she wanted to come out and see our horses. And she said, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to come see the horses. So she came out, and she spent that first day with her arms around our biggest horse, Lex, who's a Belgian Shire Thoroughbred Cross, who weighs 1,500 pounds. And she just hugged him and cried. That's all she did that first day. She hugged a horse and she cried. And so she called me the next day. She said, when are you going to come again? And well, when do you want to come out? She said, I want today. So I had a volunteer to go pick her up. And so she started riding with us. And within, 2 weeks, she was doing a hosting trot, riding independently, going to trail obstacles. And she said, can I come and just groom the horses? So she went through volunteer orientation and horse handling, and she started her horses. And then she said, can I help in lessons? I want to help. I want to start giving back. I want to help other people. So she did, and so she became one of our lesson assistants, and then she called me and said, I've got a lot of other friends in homelessness who would like to come out. Can I tell them about your program? And she said, sure. And so now we've got, I don't know, 7 or 8, 10 people riding who are formerly homeless, and the horses are impacting their lives in ways that I can't even comprehend. And our young rider started calling the media. She was so excited about the program and everything that's happening. But she called the media, and all of a sudden, every channel in Nashville was doing a story on our therapeutic riding program. Our rider was our Holy's Army 2021 Rider of the Year, and she was also our 2021 Volunteer of the Year. And we just learned a couple of months ago that in November next month, it's going to be announced that she is the PATH International Adult Equestrian of the Year. And you know, you look at somebody who's out on the street, and you look at somebody who is an alcoholic and is not making good life choices and is in very poor health, and we dismiss people all the time. Dismiss people all the time, and that person you might dismiss might be that whiny 8-year-old who comes into your barn, or it might be an entitled teenager, or it might be the timid grandmother, and you're thinking, oh, I can just get through this hour. I can just get through this lesson. It's going to be fine. But it can take time to figure out why they are the way they are, then you can really change lives. The other lady I want to tell you about is a young woman who came to us when she was 19. When she was a toddler, she had somehow gotten into some mercury, and she had some developmental delay due to mercury poisoning. And she could not read. She was quite overweight. She really wanted to ride. She loved horses, wanted to ride. So we were able to get her up on a horse, and they put a leader and 2 side walkers and an instructor. And she was very unbalanced. She walked with a little gait due to her disability, and she was somebody who we're going to try and make this safe. And we did. But after the first lesson, she was doing well enough. I said, let's go on a little trail. Like short around her belly. And we went down the trail, and we stopped and we went to do listening sessions. When you hear the creeks, you hear the cars, you hear the birds, what do you hear? And she wasn't so much interested in that. She pointed at the bush that we had. We had a small garden at the time. So what's that? I said, that's a tomato plant. And with all the conviction in the entire world, she said, no, tomatoes grow in the grocery store. Okay, we got some work to do here. So we went on our ride, and after she got off, she asked if she could go down and see the tomato plant. Okay, let's go see the tomato plant. So we went down, and she asked if she could eat one of the little cherry tomato plants. And cherry. These are really good. Yeah. So her mother called a couple days later and said that the young lady had asked for some tomatoes and was eating tomatoes. And if you find another vegetable that she might like. So let's be really creative here. So we took our dressage cones and our dressage letters, and we covered them with pictures of fruits and vegetables. So instead of riding to a dressage letter, we wrote the banana. And we stopped. And then we wrote, let's go over there. And okay, 1, 2, 3. When I say whoa, we're going to stop at the squash. So we stopped at the squash, and we started talking about nutrition. And we started talking about better eating. We started talking about what our horses eat and how our horses have to be fit. And during all this time, after about the 6th ride, she lost her 2nd sidewalker because she was doing well enough. And after on the 10th or 12th ride, she lost her 1st sidewalker. So she's just riding with a leader. And here's somebody with a developmental delay, and in our program, the criteria for going off lead is to have the safety awareness. Number one, the knowledge to be able to sit on a horse and be able to do the roll and go and turn and stop and all of that. But you also have to have a safety awareness that if your horse startles or whatever, you've got to be able to pull back and stop your horse. Well, by the 15th ride, she was riding independently. We still had a spotter at the head, but she was riding independently and beating the cones and doing all that. During all this time, she was starting to lose some weight because she's eating bananas and squash and not eating really junk food anymore, and she's moving around more. And the 26th ride, she was able to navigate a trail course all by herself. And so here's somebody who comes into our program who you think his rider is never, ever going to ride off lead. And the lesson for me there, and I hope a lesson for you, is that we can't pigeonhole people, we can't put expectations on people, we can't put limits on people. And you as riding instructors and trainers and barn owners and facility managers and volunteers, you have the ability to impact every rider's life, every person who comes into your barn and comes into your lesson. You have the ability to impact them in ways that you can't possibly imagine. You have the ability to change their lives for the better, and maybe that whiny 8-year-old is whiny because there's trouble at home, and maybe that entitled teen is having trouble because she's being bullied at school, and maybe the timid grandmother who's starting to ride with you is that way because she's been in domestic violence for 30 years. You don't know that. At least you don't know it yet. But you have the ability, even if you're not mental health professionals, even if you're not a therapist, even if you don't have any kind of special training, just being riding instructors and just being trainers and just introducing people for the best ever horse is going to change their lives. So my take home for you is take everything you're learning here at this amazing conference. Every session I attended the last 2 days were amazing. But take this information and go home and impact your riders in ways that you can't possibly imagine. You are role models, and you are the people who are going to impact people. You're the people they're going to look up to. So every time somebody walks in your barn, think, how can I make the best of this hour or 90 minutes or 30 minutes that I have with this person today? How can I take this class of 4 beginners and make it so that it's impacting their life forever? How can I do that? And you'll find a way. Everybody's different, and not everybody is going to be as dramatic as the 2 riders I just shared with you. Not everybody's going to have that big of a turnaround, but some will. Some will. And it will be the best thing you ever did in your entire life. I guarantee it. So my message is be everything that you can be, because it's going to change people's lives. And I can't wait to see what you all do. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our partners who give us the opportunity to do what we do. I'd also like to thank Vicki Issue and her team for providing the wonderful horses.
At this time, we would certainly like to recognize would all CHA certifiers and CHA site visitors please stand to be recognized.
For our skill workshops and certifications, please.
And now, with those accredited CHA sites that are recognized, thank you for taking the extra effort to get that gold seal of approval on your time facility and program. Can we have each group come up to the banner to step and repeat and take a photo by the CHA logo backdrop, and that's all credited. You need all regional directors and state representatives for a photo, please.
See last year's Volunteer of the Year. This year's Volunteer of the Year, unbelievably hard work. And she is such a champion for CHA. She has worked not only on our 2022 conference as a host site committee chair, but on many educational initiatives, including the Level Up, the amateur initiative this year alone, that she spent a tremendous amount of time, effort, and drive to get people to think about what we needed to do to be better. With her leadership, Middle Tennessee State University hosted CHA's first pilot Level Up certification. It was a huge success. And her determination to make that happen, she didn't let COVID stop her. She let it slow her down, but it never stopped her. The American Horse Council posted a positive position on the amateur initiative, which she shared yesterday during her committee report. And AQHA recently asked their own members for feedback on their feeling related to the amateur initiative. I know in my time at CHA, our award winner has always been there to support, educate, and help me grow with becoming a member of CHA. She's also done that with other activities that I've been involved with that she has, been able to give guidance, leadership, support, advice. One was, I was asked to become a regional president for our region for IHSA, and her great advice was, you really want to do that? Because, do you really? Maybe not. So a big thank you and congratulations to our CHA 2022 Volunteer of the Year, Amber Zinke.
I'm retired, I don't do anything anymore. It's my kids down here, we just laughed about that. I told them they will be my kids until they're 60. No, you all know what that's like. So I am very honored and humbled by this, and I want to just show appreciation to the team behind it, the team that makes me the happiest person in the world, the luckiest person in the world, because they picked up my program, which was my life's work, and are carrying it on. So, ladies, thank you so much.
Congratulations, Anne, and she truly is a great steward of this association. And recognizing people is certainly important to us and the organizations that have done great things in the horse industry. But as you heard a lot throughout this conference, what about the horses themselves? The CHA School Horse of the Year program is about all those wonderful horses and those animals that spend countless hours being patient with new riders and not so new riders. And we had amazing nominations this year. And our goal moving into 2023 is to build our School Horse of the Year program so that we have a nominee from each region, because we know you all have amazing horses and celebrating them is critical. And we recognize that that starts with the people that you are serving. And this year's 2022 CHA School Horse of the Year is Midas from Girl Scout of San Jacinto in Texas. The girls at Misty Meadows Camp called Midas their very own Spirit, the Stallion of the Cimarron. This 28-year-old AQHA gelding has been part of Misty Meadows program since April 2011. Before Midas was donated to the Girl Scouts of San Jacinto Council, we suspected he was a highly trained Western horse. This old man will surprise you with how quick he will turn feral, or spin in a reining pattern. Although he is a fantastic horse for our advanced girls to learn on, he's even better at taking care of all of our Girl Scouts, from the littlest little girl all the way up into our adult volunteers. He'll lead a trail guide with a newly trained adult volunteer, and then make sure they find their way home. Midas is always a winner at tag, making sure that girls can sneak up on their friends to tag them. Whether it's horse painting, grooming, or a girl's first time in the South, Midas is one that we can always rely on. And for several years, Midas was even featured on television on the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Parade, carrying either the American or the Texas flag for our council. And in the head-to-head vote for CHA School Horse of the Year, and a pool with 38 other horses, Midas won by a landslide, 63% of the votes. Not to mention, he is TikTok famous. Big deal. This old man has over 260,000 views. And his 11 years with the Girl Scouts, Midas has served roughly 40,000 girls at Misty Meadows. And Midas' team could not be here with us this evening as they are out on their first IEA school show for their program. So congratulations to them. We are certainly
The horses really are special. And in years when we've got to make the nominations, it is absolutely amazing. Some of the nomination letters are a little hard and tough to read. It's been a while since I've had to read crayon. They always come, and they're illustrated. Anyway, without our certifier, CHA would not be able to grow and accomplish our mission. The CHA Certifier of the Year Award goes to someone who has shown outstanding service to CHA by conducting meaningful certification and influencing the careers of numerous equine professionals over the years. This year's award winner is the Executive Director of White Eagle Therapeutic Center. She is the founder and program director of the White Dove Therapeutic Center, program director for the Foundation of Southern Oregon. The foundation provides adaptive riding lessons to individuals with developmental disabilities. Prior to moving to Southern Oregon, she was an instructor for Horses with Heart in Chino Valley, Arizona, and Arizona State University's Therapeutic Riding Program. Her background includes teaching riders with cognitive and physical disabilities, at-risk youth, and able-bodied riders. She served as a Special Olympics delegation head coach and coached the Division A rider who was a member of Team USA 2015 Special Olympic World Games in Los Angeles. Her professional certifications include CHA Master Instructor, Certifier in Western English and Jumping, CHA Master Instructor and Certifier for Instructors for Riders with Disabilities, CHA Regional Triad Director for Region 1, PAT, CTRI, Equine Specialist, and Mentor. Her focus is preparing new instructors for certification, providing support for those starting new adaptive riding centers. She has been instrumental in supporting CHA's growth of IRD certifications this year. This certifier answers questions when new IRD sites reach out to CHA and works with current IRD certified instructors who are potential IRD certifier candidates to promote and build the IRD program. This pivotal and opportune time for CHA. She's part of our IRD subcommittee, which continually is looking at building tools to help instructors prepare for this certification. Some of her CHA certification clinic participants have this to say about it. Debbie is so willing to share her knowledge. She made my certification a positive learning experience. not just a testing environment. I look forward to testing again as I grow. Our CHA 2022 Certifier of the Year Award goes to Debbie Holmes from Oregon.
Come on, do I have to talk? Thank you, everyone. I don't even know what to say. CHA has blessed me in so many ways through the IRB program, and through that program, kind of going off what Lisa said, we are able to take that rider who can't talk, but can communicate beautifully with a horse, or a rider that may be having to get around in a wheelchair, but they can ride a guide a 1,200-pound horse. And that's what we do. That's what instructors for riders with disabilities do. And through CHA, I've been able to empower a lot more instructors. Because myself, like all of you, someday will be the last day we walk out of the arena. Pick out those boots, and that'll be it. But I will know that I have instructors that I come up behind me, and I know my kids will be taken care of. So for CHA letting me do that, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Debbie, we're so happy for you, and just listen to all of these resumes that we get to share. You just never turn up your to meet through CHA. Our individual certified instructors are truly the lifeblood of our association. Without you, we would truly not exist. And each year, CHA recognizes an outstanding individual that has been nominated by their students to receive recognition for what they do best, teach people to ride. And now I'm going to read a few of the remarks about our 2022 CHA Instructor of the Year. When you think of a great riding instructor, they must excel at service and leadership. This leader must lift you to show that stepping out of your comfort zone is an empowering upward growth with their trustworthy support. Power. Emily Paget is an instructor, program director, leader at Agape Therapeutic Riding Resources, who embodies just that. Through her efforts and endless enthusiasm as a CHA instructor and rider with disabilities, hundreds of riders have had their lives transformed over the years because of Emily's steadfast support and determination. Emily inspires not only her riders but her fellow colleagues to continually improve through research and continuing education, as well as mentoring her colleges as they work towards CHA IRD certification. Her colleagues, The equine director at Agape said this of Emily. She has served as the Region 4 state representative, and in doing so, she did her best to encourage conversation and growth throughout the region, and I've rarely worked with someone as collaborative who employs the growth mindset such as Emily. The parents shared this about it. Her love for Agape Therapeutic Riding and her riders has been shown through her dedication, compassion, nurturing, caring, kind-hearted, and putting everyone else first, and the love that she has shown throughout the years with our daughter Stephanie. Emily always puts safety first and applies her years of experience to making her lessons fun and engaging. There's a lot of words in there that are really heartfelt, and isn't that special? The CHA 2022 Instructor of the Year is Emily Paget. Emily could not be with us this week, but she certainly appreciates this award and is celebrating with her students and team locally. Let's give Emily a round.
The CHA Distinguished Service Award is a lifetime achievement award for an individual who has gone above and beyond for years, promoting and upholding the mission of the Certified Horseman Association, helping the horse industry, and believing in all standards. This year's CHA Distinguished Service Award winner has been a certifier for CHA's EWI program since the late 1980s and has been a strong supporter of CHA since then. She was CHA's Regional Director for Region 5 for over a decade. She has been a pilot certification for CHA's EFM program, has been a certifier ever since. She is also an accredited site visitor. She has served on the CHA Board of Directors. She has volunteered her time at most of our by teaching riding workshops, donating her time to teach 75 of the pilot lessons at these conferences, donating fees to CHA scholarship. She has promoted CHA at different events, during her time teaching and directing out of universities flying program. And at time she had her CHA active trail certification at Chile, Colorado campus in the state of Colorado. Yet one of her biggest contributions is that she wrote a master's thesis on preparing students for riding instructor certification through the college curriculum. She encouraged CHA to develop a college certification for the WI program and later added the EFP certification to the college program. She has helped CHA to develop into a more respected program, expressing our core values of safety, education, and fun. She has been a past recipient of the CHA's Volunteer of the Year Award in 2001 and Certifier of the Year Award in 2017. She also, along with Marissa Reese, was instrumental in out of the university being awarded the CHA Partner Safety Award in 2017. This individual is very humble and giving and always teaching. She donates lessons on her massage masters in the CHA silent auction and houses and feeds the people that take advantage of that. She has received many awards from the state of New York through the state's 4-H programs. Yet she is given and continues to give to CHA. So thank you to the CHA Distinguished Service Award winner, Joanne Young.
In order to be an instructor, you need some good students and some good horses. And God has placed many of those in my life. When I give, I'm paying forward what God gave me, His unmerited grace into my life. Incredible working opportunities to work with an Olympic coach for 25 years, get to study in Germany. All of us dream of having a once in a lifetime horse. And when we have that horse, you know it's a hard horse. That is an incredible gift. And I always feel one of the proofs that God loves us is He did His foreknowledge. He knew He was going to instill the horse creation. And before He created the first humans, He had horses already waiting for us. And gave me a kind spirit that would allow us, predators, to work with a prey and develop a partnership and trust. And for that, I will always be grateful. And I also have to admit, I have had 7 once-in-a-lifetime horses in my lifetime. And every single one of them, obviously, they have horses. It's important. Because they can be a revelation. Christ is coming back to welcome His kids on a white horse, and 2 on special persons. We're very excited about that.
Congratulations to all the award winners. Congratulations to all of you that have had a successful year and know that you've had that lifetime horse, you've had that student that has come up and just said, thanks. About to see that time where somebody had that horse. And now I would like to welcome and introduce our executive committee and board members who will lead CHA forward in 2023. For 2023, our president will be Kristen Jaworski from the Fort Worth area. Our president-elect is Tammy Gaynor from Pegasus Farm, Ohio. Vice President of Organization, Jim Eaton, with the Interscholastic Equestrian Association from Massachusetts. The Vice President of New Initiatives, Jennifer Sinking from Middle Tennessee State University, retired. Secretary was Elizabeth Duffy from Camp America, and Elizabeth is from Georgia. She unfortunately had to get home. And our treasurer is Terry Williams from Ohio. And I'm the past president, Dr. Bob from the University of Kentucky in Lexington. On the returning board of directors, Amy Frankie from Camp Morrow, and Frankie Mr. Hershey from Camp Wildlife Shooting in New Hampshire, unfortunately, Jessica could not be here. Trina Lettletter from Spring Hill Camps in Michigan. Katie Reynolds is with the American Quarter Horse Association, and she's from Texas. Our newest board members, Dr. Deborah Powell from Ohio. Some of you may have heard Rebecca Halverson today giving her presentation. She's with AQHA, she's an AQHA, APHA judge, an IEA coach, and she is from Oklahoma. Also joining the board this year is Josie Reed with the American Cane Horse Association from Texas. And lastly is Deanna Mancuso with Lucky Orphans Horse Rescue in New York. I would also at this time like to recognize Jacqueline Tilley from Fort Collins, Colorado. Jacqueline is our interim CEO. Stepped in at a time that was rather challenging. Welcome, Jacqueline. We have Terry Weaver, who is the Membership and Services Director. She's the one that when you have a question, that's who you call. And then lastly, Julie Goodnight, who is the CHA spokesperson, and we certainly appreciate all you do for us, Julie. So please, who's going to lead this organization for the next year. How many of you have ever seen on Facebook or some of the other social media where they talk about how the horse has introduced you to some really cool people? You can put your head, you can nod, whatever, however you like to. And I have to say that I really got to know Kristen during the site visitor training in Colorado, and just was so impressed that she just had this great way about her, and was organized and just pleasant, and always had a smile on her face. And so I talked to Christy afterwards, and I said, board member, for sure. She said, are you sure? Mm-hmm. One of the things is now that she is coming in as the president, I get to give her CHA presidential belt buckle if I can get it open. And so, as you go forward, Kristen, and lead the organization, we hope you'll wear this proudly.
Oh,
And
that's right.
it is my pleasure to be able to do it.
Wow, I could not be more proud to represent this organization, and I will wear this proudly. I am a huge ambassador for this organization, and you are absolutely correct. The people that we meet and the phone calls. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So thanks everybody.
Please plan on joining us for the CHA International Conference next year at Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado, October 26th through the 28th. We truly are excited about another great day tomorrow, changing lives through safe experiences with horses. So thank you all so very much for attending this year's annual CHA Horsemanship.